Hopefully, let's see.
Hi, sorry. I was not ready to go first. I was just sorting through my windows. Yeah, so we have made some progress since last demo day. So yeah, our game is a small shooting game that you can play on the web or on a forecaster frame. What we've added this week, basically the game it is fed blockchain data. So like every time a block is mined on these several blockchains that we have, you will receive a object to shoot within the game. And so what we've added this cycle is we've added streaming rewards. So the more you play, the more you earn, you increase your score. And then according to this, you will receive, if you're in the top three for now, you will receive a different amount of flow rate into your connected account. So also this time we've launched a forecaster channel, so you can join in. Maybe I'll put this in the chat. I'll put it so you can check out testnet.astroblock.xyz. You have the link to it, our forecaster channel, and we've also launched a party to launch the token that will be used on mainnet. Right now we're on testnet, but and you'll get all the prime news and or the development news. Yeah, so I guess maybe I can pass to Bruno.
Sure. So, one of the coolest things here that we've managed to do on these last 2 weeks is the ability to multiplayer from players playing on the Farcaster frames and players playing on the browser itself. So, what I'm going to ask Nizar to do is join the game, and I'm going to join on my side from the Farcaster. And let me share my screen. There you go. So I'm using composer actions here because we want the users to be able to fully immerse while they are playing the game. And here we have a different design because this should be adapted to the Farcaster frames. So I'm gonna click join here. I've already set up a few things here, like connect wallets and stuff. And there you go. We have a few players here. And yeah, as you can see, the other starships are actual players playing the game. Probably one of them is Nizar. And we should be like hitting those blocks. Go ahead.
Yes, the three of us, I was saying.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this is the game. And one thing that I will do here is this is all being played by the Farcaster frame. We're filling up the form to actually be listed on their app store. I'm gonna go to the leaderboard and show that the top three wallets, it's probably one of us here that it's playing. We are already receiving the streams and rewards on our wallets. So if we go there on the base Sepolia scan and paste the wallet address, we should see the NFT of the Superfluid stream. So yeah, so we are moving forward like to a production mode pretty soon. So be sure to follow us on Farcaster and also join the base party that we've managed to create. Well, there's a bunch of stuff here happening, and I'm pretty excited to what we're going to ship on the next demo, which is pretty much close to production ready. So thank you.
Great. Yeah, first, a friend has a question also for me. First, congratulations to the team. I saw there are lots of progress. Like it's definitely already very close to the production ready. First question is, what's a base party?
Oh, it's just a party to raise some funds to launch the game token.
Okay. And it's going to be on Forecaster. It's a social event you're preparing for go-to-market?
It's just a tool that allows you to chat with people who bet early on your project, and they allow you to launch a token also, and so that's just a cool tool.
Nice. Could you guys, send the link?
Oh yeah, well, it's on the landing page on this. this URL. It will be on the astroblog.xyz soon, but yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, join the forecaster channel. That way we'll put links over there.
Nice. For judges or team members who's not familiar, so here for users who shoot the most spaceships or block spaces, they got their highest rewarding streams. So it's more like the top 3 will get different reward streams based on their performance or score in the game. And we really like the concept of the game, which is plugged in the forecaster. So it's a pop-up frame. You can directly play with that, as Bruno has showed before. Do you have any questions for the project, judges? Or
Yes, I do. I do. This is so cool. This is so impressive and just really amazing work so far to do all that coordination and to make it like an innovative game. I also didn't realize it was multiple networks blocks and like the block sizes. I'd not seen this game before, so it's really clever and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm curious about a couple different things. One, have you been able to get many players off of Farcaster, or where are you seeing more traffic? Or I know you're just doing early testing. Are you sort of opening it up to people for testing outside of your team? And if so, what's the traffic like, and sort of what's the response been like?
Yeah, right now we don't have much users. I think we're just our team for now. We're just waiting until we get. I mean, I guess you can play now on the testnet and earn some fake DAI tokens, and but hopefully we get to mainnet in next week or a couple of weeks. Is the target, and then we'll see. I guess what kind of events we can organize with different communities and. How we can pivot our game into.
Very cool. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay, so I had a question about UX stuff. It's what everyone sort of talks about with gaming is sort of the UX concerns around claiming and things like that. Have you found that sort of embedding stuff in using Farcaster, has that been very helpful in terms of that? And then how does that sort of compare with the web version of the app?
Well, actually, you can
Mhm.
it's Bruno.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so we've created 2 routes on the front end side. So basically what we have a separated route for the desktop version and one for specific for the frames, because on the frames you need the specific like meta tags and some stuff that will allow you to inject the wallet and make the user play there. So we are just about to do this today to fill up the form and ask the integration on the App Store of Farcaster. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, it's been like it's not that difficult to deploy on the frame side. It's more like a little adjustments because of the UI is a little different. Does that
Do
answer
you
your
see?
question?
Yeah, well, do you see a lot of benefits of using the frames as opposed to using it seems to me like the whole sort of concept of frames is that it does help abstract away a lot of the challenging UX stuff for games. And are you all seeing that compared to the way that you're thinking about because it seems like UX is the biggest sort of hurdle for games. It's like, yeah, so I was just curious to see whether you
Yeah.
all found that to be true, that the frame stuff, and I know it's not deployed totally yet, but just sort of the way that you're thinking about the UX of wallets and stuff, which is like the traditional sort of drop off point for a lot of games. If you're seeing those benefits already, or you can, how are you thinking about those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mainly it's we're using this also as one of the distribution channels that we have, because the player doesn't have to actually go to a different website, connect all of the wallets. It's just easy to play. So you click play and then you're gonna be prompted with the game itself. That's one of the positive feedbacks there. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I don't know if Nizar has something to say about the frames, but I guess that's the main perk here.
Yeah, also we also had to pivot already because we were playing with the mouse before. The game was like you shoot with the mouse and you do click, click, click. But to make that game fit into the frame, we had to put some buttons, and even these buttons, maybe they'll be up to some change in the future. But yeah, we wanted to make it like super simple, left, right, shoot, and so that it can fit into that frame UX.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, really cool work, y'all.
Thanks, Kogan. And there's another question here by Fran about what's the utility of the token? So users play, get the score, and then they get the reward tokens. Nisa has already answered a little. It say they are planning a few utilities. One of them will be burn the token and get more perks inside the game. And do you want to add anything here, or that will be the summary here?
Yeah, I think in the first demo day we had like a big roadmap that we had to like narrow down, and we're just gonna pick ideas that we had back then. And yeah, the first one I guess is to like have some fun and yeah, burn that token, get some stuff in game, and try to make the game. This is gonna be the next step once it's ready. It's like to make the game fun and addictive, so that people come back and play, and rewarding also. But yeah.
Well, thanks. And also to add to Kogan's question before, I think the team initially want to launch Inside Frame is because Forecaster users are already, most of them have embedded wallets already. So it was more like an easy go to market first, and then gather feedbacks later on to improve the UX and then maybe launch later in other type of communities. So that was the team's intention, original plan. And we'll be happy to have your feedback if you start playing later. Okay, cool. Thanks for the first presentation. Exciting, and I really like the front end itself. So looks cool. Next, we can go to the second project. Who want to volunteer here? I need to name it. Don't make me name it. All right, SenseSpace.
Oh,
Yeah,
we can
Ren.
go.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
please take this lead.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, thank you so much. My name's Ren. I'm one of the team members of SenseSpace. We also have Neoma and Apal on the line as well. One of the big changes that you'll see here coming out of the last demo day is actually, our company is called SenseSpace, but we've been calling the app that we're creating ChotoChat. After some deep soul searching over these last couple weeks or so, we've decided to actually rename and rebrand the name as SenseSpace. We felt that ChotoChat as a name was more the what of the application. Choto means a short chat, but we didn't feel like it necessarily captured the why of the application. And the why of the application that we're trying to create. For a little bit of context for the judges here, SenseSpace, the app that we're creating, is a pseudonymous chat app where as an avatar you have a 5-minute short conversation with somebody you've matched with in the app. And after that 5 minutes, the conversation disappears. And so you get matched on specific interests or specific topics that we put into the application. Yeah, based on what you've selected, you match, have a short conversation, and it's gone. And so, in the very context-heavy world that we live in, without context, we feel that we can create moments for people to connect around the content of their conversations and have meaningful breaks throughout their day. And so that's the concept behind that we're creating. And we feel that SenseSpace is a better capture of that and the community that we plan to build around this app. And so just a quick update on the progress that we've made. A lot of rebranding that we've done over these last couple weeks, as well as getting the UX done, as well as started to get working on some of the front end, which Neoma will take you through as well. Have locked in game mechanics, as well as have gotten sort of the back end smart contract work done. So really on to doing front end work. And so I will pass it on from here for Neoma to take you through a quick demo with where we're at.
Okay, so let me share the our progress here. So in our application, the user are using our in PWA. And so in this time, I will show you from the browser. With this is a chat application, so I'm opening the two windows. From the right side, I will log in the passkey. So if they don't have any wallet, they can use our service without wallet, just using passkey. For the iOS user, it's a Face ID, and Android user is a fingerprint. And with the MetaMask, then sign in. So for the first new user, they need to make their own account. So this is a pseudonymous chat application. The user pick a avatar, the maybe color and the name. For example, happy. So let's continue. Then next, the user pick the interest of they have. For example, super chain, DevCon, Southeast Asia, maybe Thai food for DevCon, whatever. So after that, we are collecting the user small survey. That's it. So a user can make an account quickly. So for the next, let's have a chat together. So if the user want to have a chat, they need a ticket NFT. In the left side, he is already have a two ticket, but he don't have the username. By the way, the right side they have one ticket. So let's have chat finding chat partner. Where that after getting matched. There you go. So right side. So hey, so do you know any side event exciting side events, something like that? Okay. So as you can see, during the writing something, I know. Okay, so writing something, the opponent can see what the opponent are saying about, because the user can have only 5 minutes, so we need a quick response. So I know a event about Superfluid, something like that. Okay, so also the 4 minutes left announced, it means the match have only 4 minutes. So user can also leave the room, or after 5 minutes, they will be moved to the review page. So if you like the chat, they can review 5-star, or if the user get harassed something, so they can report here. So let's go back to main page. And okay, let me show you how to get the ticket. So the ticket is 0. They can buy from here store page, and we can also buy our own token, which called Send token, with the credit card. So we are integrating Stripe page. So if the user don't have the crypto, they can buy with a credit card or Google Pay or Apple Pay with the Stripe. So back to the store. Okay, so and after having a chat, all the chat history is it's not all the chat history, like how long when the user had the chat. It's not like what the exact topic or what is exact EAS. For example, this is 78 seconds for the last conversation. And Also, after having a conversation, the user get stream. Let's see here. So the stream started at 10:30. Now the Japan time is 10:30. So the user get a chat token from the admin wallet. So the stream rate depends on how long the user have been chat. So if the user having chat more and more, they can the token more and more. So this is our progress last 2 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah. And
I will
a couple
yeah.
Sure, yeah. A couple of quick things to add about the experience as well is that there's also different achievements within the application. So say, for example, you have a bunch of conversations around specific topics. That's also a way to accelerate your stream, as well as we've added a super like feature, which is one thing that might be worth purchasing within the app, which effectively you only get one each day, where it's a way to say that you particularly liked a conversation that you had with somebody, and those are sort of mementos, kind of like conversation POAPs of sorts that get left over as somebody who gives good vibes within the application. And so yeah, we'll continue as we start to experiment this to add sort of more sort of fun functionality within the application. But yeah, in terms of next steps, digging in these next couple of weeks to get to testing the week before DEF CON, and so hopefully can get a few of you guys to help us out with some testing right before DEF CON.
Great. Thanks for the presentation. And it's great to see all the chat room live also. So just for Kugan, a little bit context also, it's a chat app, social app. So you like have 5 minutes or even like later they may extend the features, and then the reward the users, like how often they gonna chat and how high quality the chat is, their rewarding streams will be different. Any questions from the judges up to now?
Again, super cool to see all this stuff. It's a lot of like moving parts in there that I think are so hard to do, and so that's a huge congratulations. I had a question about the passkey work that you did, that you demoed there. What did you guys use for that? I'm sort of curious because I know that's again the sort of the UX sort of question about these consumer-facing apps is a big part of it. But I'm curious how you guys did that and what the back end is there.
Sure, David, do you want to answer it?
Okay, so in this time we are using the third web for the passkey and wallet account abstraction wallet provider. So with the passkey, the third web generate EOA account for the user. Then actually the user are using account abstraction wallet, but the EOA signing for the AA wallet, then go to the bundler or something like that.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. And then what is so it's the third web, there's a plugin that the RIB provides to do that. Okay, got it. And that's on what testnet is that? Or like, is that, are you imagining doing that on Sepolia or something? Or where, what network? Oh, it's on Base. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Right, yeah, Base. Okay, cool.
We are launch Base.
Great. And then that persists based on the passkey in the phone. You're imagining sort of or passkeys kind of on any devices?
Yeah, I think any devices can.
Cool. That's great. And then do you have an idea for like how to sort of migrate, if people want to migrate those to, because I imagine that with all the different sort of things like the super like features or things like that people will want to sort of keep that. I'm always sort of curious how people are thinking about passkeys in that regard.
Your question is go ahead.
I think it's a really good question. I think there's two ways to think about it. We do have a login with your own wallet feature for folks who are a little bit more crypto native. I think long term, especially with sort of just the feature of the core feature of the application being having a short conversation, pseudonymous conversation with somebody and giving somebody somebody who you don't know a super like effectively. We don't think that you need to understand crypto per se to wrap your head around that. And so I do think in the early days, you know, especially if we're ultimately going to be reaching that sort of non-crypto native audience, that they may not necessarily, that effectively like porting over what they have here into another application may not be their first thought to start. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's a bit more of a Web 2 mentality to things, but I do think we have sort of the optionality of more to do more fun games out of the application with
For sure.
non-crypto native folks, and then with more crypto native folks and with non-crypto native folks, it's a easy enough onboarding funnel
Yeah,
for
of
them
course.
to play in
Yeah,
game.
that totally makes sense. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Mhm.
I had another question about the sort of the conversation sort of prompts that you all have, I guess, at the beginning. I'm sort of curious where this came from and how you guys sort of thought about those and, yeah.
Yeah, so we've been thinking, so that's actually, it's a portion of our go-to-market as well, where, you know, we've have a few different categories that we think will be interesting, you know, some will, you know, things more on the wellness category of like feelings check to like, we were joking around about making like just a BD category. So people who want to have more business conversations can sort of pick that.
That's a
But also
crypto native. That's a
that's
crypto
a
native
crypto
thing though,
native
right? That's
native one.
it's a
Yeah,
little less
yeah.
web too. Yeah,
100%, 100%. But also, you know, folks at DevCon who want to create sort of these digital breakout rooms for people who come to their events and things like that, or things that they're promoting, or even just topics that fit the brands that they're creating. You know, we were joking about making it's funny because you're an EF guy, but like if we made an ETH is dead category, that might be a good one to get some conversations going, so on and so forth. But I
Totally.
think, you know, just using, you know, using topics of the day as well as partnerships, as well as just sort of categories we want to test. And at the beginning, really being sort of very sort of knee deep in it and sort of testing out different questions and
Nice.
categories that we might leave, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Great job, y'all.
Thanks.
Nice. And we have a question or maybe more suggestion from friend in the chat also. I say like the main marketing channel will be promoting by your users on other social networks. So to have a very easy one-click way for users to screenshot, share link, and then get back to your app will be a very optimal way. Another question will be more also on my side. I think since the beginning, you guys want like the users to mint NFTs to join the chat and then get the tokens. That how does the like the revenue side or tokenomics side working right now? Based on a few progress on your side.
Sure. So we don't plan to list the token in the game itself. It looks sort of, and this is something that is a little bit more of a long-term vision aspect of things, where, you know, we want to use a little bit more of like a Blackbird type of model, I guess, where the token is specifically for perks that their community token that would be changes have sort of direct in-app purchases, but not necessarily of, you know, the token itself being traded openly.
Is it possible to is it transferable? Like, can anyone list it if they get a hold of it on
They
their...
they could trade yeah, I mean they could send their tokens to anybody they wanted in theory. And so, you know, but not necessarily listed on open exchanges, just because, you know, I think especially when our goal is for people to have meaningful conversations, we feel that if we list the token from too early in that life cycle, that we may miss that goal. And so just want to be very intentional around that.
Yeah, but if the chat app gets successful, then someone will like take the risk and put the liquidity on Uniswap at some point. But just say, I mean, obviously,
And
you
that's
know,
a good,
the
that's a upside scenario in our minds. I think that's a really good positive
you
case. And I
probably
think
have, right?
it's funny, every app with the chat function is a dating app. Yeah, it's funny. To be honest, one very good, one sort of real sort of outcome that we've thought about is this could end up being a better way to date ultimately too, where, you know, dating apps are quite not doing very well today. And so when you distill things to a more real conversation, you know, you can get people to connect in a more real way. We're not purposely not starting there, but it's funny that because Fran mentioned in the chat is something that we had in mind.
Yeah, nice, cool. So yeah, I think Fran's point is also every app can be dating app, can be also sales app. So you need to kind of do a little bit content moderation, for people to report easily if there's too much sales savvy conversations. And another point is Kugan is making is we also asked the same question before, like the bots can be joining and you can get super likes from the bots and there will be AI. So there are lots of points to test out and then to see here for sure about content moderation and about, the spamming part of that. But sometimes we also know like the bot can be interesting also. So we don't know. It's it's open topic, I think, right now. All right. Then we can move on to the next project. I think Niku said they want to go as the next project. So it's BuzzFi. Yeah, the stage is yours.
Yeah. My screen is visible.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, GM everyone. So before starting our demo day 3 pitch, I just want to brief our idea. So we are building next gen prediction marketplace where user can bet on a unique score, which is calculated by the social media engagement of that content creator. And then we are having the unique reward distribution strategy to distribute the reward pool that is collected from the bet amount. So this is the brief idea that we are building. So we have progressed in this week about stating our whole technical implementation, then starting with our marketing strategies and pulling out some engagement on Twitter, and yeah, talking with the users and going on. So yeah, Buzzify is not limited to Farcaster only. We are looking for the platforms like Instagram, then Twitter to fetch their data, like data from their platforms to create more broader platform for the users to predict on the user. Like if there are one user and they want to predict the engagement of the PewDiePie on a Twitter, on a YouTube, then he can come to our platform and find out the PewDiePie and go to the section and just select the engagement score from 0 to 100, range it. He has formula to see how we are calculating the score from the parameters like views, subscribers and all, and then how we are evaluating all the things. All will be open source. We are not putting anything hiding or from the users. So yeah, so we had circulated one Google form, and we got a 40 plus users for early testing, and they are ready to test our application. They have also argued with us like how you are making it with the current poly market strategies and how you are amplifying it to the users. So we got a very much great reviews and interviews, and we are going to publish them also on our Twitter next week. Yeah. So yeah, in testimonials, we got the people are very crazy about the prediction marketplace just due to because of the US election polls right now. But yeah, people looking for the different derivatives where they can predict and form their predictions. So uh, current system just offer you yes and no, like you can just put your bet the like the Trump win or the Kamala Harris win, just the disengagement score you can get. But like providing them a different user scenario where you have a score to predict, where you can utilize your strategies also, or you can go just like a degen to predict the scores. So then our target audience in this section, we are looking for the degens in Web3 and the strategy players too. And the main thing we are going to do is the social media fan clubs. So there are many social media fan clubs on Farcaster and Twitter and everywhere in Web3. So we want them to get on our platform, and they can fight with each other, like just to put who gonna score high. Their favorite content creator will go score high from them or not. So there from we can pull out the users, and then they can test our main product of the so engagement on the individual content creators, where they need to predict the scores, and then they will get reward as per their divergence from the actual score that are came out of the pool. Yeah, so channels we are using like this for the marketing, social media, then email marketing and the event marketing. Like I personally found the event marketing is great for this Web3 projects. So we will go to the events and then look out for the people who are interested into it, and will do the things accordingly into it. Yeah. So in previous demo, we got many more reviews from the judges, and we analyzed the platforms. Like we have a Pearl, then Polymarket, and Fantop, and some platforms that are working similar or just like in this market. But we have studied the Pearl. The Pearl is very close to our idea, and they are doing the same thing, but they are on the far faster, and they are just creating 1v1 pair, 1v like the battles between the two users. They don't have the specific mechanisms to bet on the individual creator. So if people wanted to bet on the individual creator, they will they don't have any option there. So we are like placing our platform uniquely to be unique in the market and establish our brand into it. Yeah. So in branding strategy, we are looking for our to promote our unique score calculation and reward distribution very forwardly to the users, so they will get to know about our idea and all the things. And then engaging fan clubs are main motto, so that the fan clubs will come and pull out the users from them. And for not only to the social media engagement, we can create a more derivatives from the cryptocurrencies, then the liquidities and all the things. So user will have a more option to get and bet on the different derivatives where they have a knowledge to predict some things. So promotions will include all the types, like early user incentivization, then we will go to the airdrops and all the things. So yeah, let's begin with the Degen vibes. And now I wanted to Niku to go ahead with the technical demo, what we have done in the previous week, and what we have progressed, and also gave some brief about how the process is going on and how the betting is working. Yeah, head over to Niku.
Yeah, thank you, Maruti, and for this progress engagement. So let me share my screen. Screen is visible, right?
Um,
Yeah. So I will tell you the what progress we have made from the previous week. Let's go to the dashboard, store section. So I will tell you like we have two pools. We have two pools. One is the one pool that we have launched in the previous week. So we have a 1 week pools, right? So we have launched 1 week pool of Ariana Grande by the using the rapid APIs or public APIs of the Instagram. Based on that data, we have used the data and calculate the score at the end of the pool. So this is the ended pool that is showing right now. So there are total 7 bets placed on this pool, and there are like 1,320 bus tokens are placed on that pool, and the final score is comes out to be like 400 after the pool ended. So this pool ended on 21 October. The mentioned date is here, and the last score that is achieved by the Ariana Grande is also shown here. So these are all the pool details. And if you go to the recent bet activities, here you will show the all the transaction history that the placed are that the bets are placed on these pools, and you will get the insights by the help of graph also, like how many bets or how many amounts of bus tokens placed within the range of that score. So let's say 100 to 200, like there are 300 amount of bus token is placed in between 100 to 200 range of score. So these are the recent bets, and these are the this is the contract where we have the like transfer that uh, bus token percentage into the give units of the superfluid function. And when I distribute the 0.1 ether of 1320 bus tokens, it will distribute as among as the contestants on superfluid by the help of instant distribution pool with the help of percentage. So if you go to the superfluid scanner or explorer, you will find that the pool is ended 2 days ago, right? And the percentage we have distributed based on the score that we are calculating on our smart contract. So we the smart contract is calculating the claimed amount percentage, and that percentage we are giving to the give unit function of the superfluid, and that give unit function is making the instant distribution pool. by the help of that Superfluid. And after that, you can just claim the bounties that is you can get on the claim by the help of GDA provider from the Superfluid only. So all the contracts that are mentioned here, let me show you. Yeah. So all the contract addresses are here. Like this is the main contract address that we are focusing on. That is the Reels5 contract address, and this is the Superfluid pool address, and this is the Superfluid contract address. And there is a GDA provider access for making a claim function into our platform only. So no need to go to the GDA provider contract or run that claim function from that. These are the contract data, all the contract data. And yeah, let's talk about the what's the pool right now going on. If you go to the bet on content creator, like this pool is right now going on, and it will be ended tomorrow, I guess 20 hours. And you can go to the recent bet. There is a one bet placed right now, and if you go to the place bet, let's say I'm predicting 70 and giving the let's say 200 of bus token. So it will place your bet on the base Sequoia. So right now this platform is interacting with our contract. When the score is finalized after the 7 days or tomorrow, then this will interact with the Superfluid contract to distribute the funds. Yeah. So it will place the 200 bet of Buzzify tokens on the our contract. And if you go to the recent bet, the 200 bus tokens are added, and the scores is like a range of 0 to 200. So yeah, and that bet is comes out to like in the dashboard also. That the pool is ongoing right now, and the best amount is 200. You can see. So yeah, that is the progress of from the previous week. So we in the previous we have like the our contract only itself is completed. Like we don't have like the idea of how to integrate that Superfluid contract into that. Then like we have decided to just calculate the claimed amount percentage so that we can give that percentage amount to the give unit function and distribute the funds by the help of the Superfluid between the users. And we are like right now focusing on to create a frame on the forecaster also. So it will be launched like next or this Sunday only. So it will be launched at the frame where like the users can bet on the content creators from the frame itself. Yeah, that's what the progress of the Buzzify.
Thanks, Niku and Parati. First questions I think most people were asking also before as Kugan is what are people actually embedding in this example? So Yusuf kind of give the answers already based on, it's a combination of social metrics, like how many new followers they have, likes, etc. So which means your UX, there's something not very clear on for the user side. The first they didn't what it what metrics actually track per week, 1 month, etc. So there's something you could improve there for users to be more clear what they're doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have added some these things on the landing page, but we will do some UX changes to when user come directly to the platform, so he can understand the things. But on the landing page, we mainly added all the things like the facts and all the things how what you are going to do here on the platform. But yeah, on the UX side, we'll do these things and so users can easily get to the bets and go what they are betting or understand what they are doing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Any other questions from the judges here?
Very quick question since about the distribution pools. So now you are giving people so just as a reminder, distribution pools is like this primitive that we have in the Superfluid protocol where it creates a pool and you can allocate units, shares to members in the pool, and then you can distribute either instant distribution, so you make a transfer and it just goes directly to all the members according to how many units they have, or you can create a stream to the pool and then the stream gets distributed according to how many units they have. So you're using distribution pool. How is that better than just sending the reports? Like, what is your case there? I can see ways why it's better, but like I would like for you to kind of maybe at least, yeah.
Yeah, so in the previous week, when I calculated the score of the content unit, or when I testing the contract of mine, so it would like an we are getting the amount as like a 0.00 something amount of burst tokens of every user, or when the user is far away from the predict score. So we have decided like let's just give the percentage to the give unit function, so that it will be more accurate or precision of that ETHX super token that can be distributed among the users. So that is the one difference between like we are not transferring the tokens from our contract, or we are just transferring the tokens from, or distribute the tokens from the Superfluid token itself.
Okay, thanks for the answer.
Yeah.
Another point is Mark is saying is maybe we wonder like if users might have a hard time betting on a score that is calculated by some type of formula, defined by you. So I mean, just open source sometimes might not be enough. Is because, for example, Polymarket, why everybody wants to bet there, because they use Oracle, UMA Oracle, so that all the results are transparent and people can kind of trust their platform to bet on their final results. So it's true, like users might have a difficulty to say, okay, how do you calculate the score? It's not that clear for me. And what am I actually betting on? So I think the concept is quite cool and it can be adapted into different use cases, but the user experience, it needs to be much more clear.
I think we have also like in the FAQs we have mentioned the how we are calculating the score, but yeah, that use on behalf of like the user experience, like we have to show some animation, like how we are calculating the score from the likes, subscribers, or the followers, and how the weighted is calculated on based on that, and how score is calculated after the weighted score is calculated. So yeah, we have like we can also improve the UI in perspective from the user. Thank you for that, Sanjay.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Now let's move to the next project. Who want to be the next? I think there's Mark project. Yeah, okay, Mark, you can go then.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mark Carey, for those who don't know me, and I'm going to talk this week about more generally using streaming rewards as a community incentive and reward structure, and more specifically around what I call ERC 721 Pool Manager, which is an extension to the ERC 721 standard that allows you to stream tokens through a Superfluid distribution pool. 1 second, let me share my screen. Via an NFT when an NFT gets minted or changes hands. Why is it doing that? Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so as a bit of a review from the last demo day, I talked about the Moxie Maxis NFT collection. That collection was launched, and 3,500 have been minted since. That pool, that collection did not have the ERC 721 pool manager connected to it, but there was a incentive mechanism for the top 10 people who were referring on Farcaster the mint. So when they're doing social shares and others minted from their frames, they were getting credit based on the influence of the person who actually did the mint. And the top 10 were added to a Superfluid distribution pool according to that weighted distribution. So that continues right now, and I'm going to come back to that in a few minutes. But mostly today, I'm going to talk about found pixel nouns. My pixel nouns collection has been going on Degen chain for a number of months now, since May. The newest thing is a new collection called Found Pixel Nouns. These are on Base, And basically, won't get too much detail into the mechanism, but the NFTs that are on DGen chain through a variety of mechanisms can be sort of transformed. The artwork gets transformed and they get elevated up from the layer 3 to the layer 2 up to base, and they become a found pixel noun. So pixel nouns are nouns lost in the pixels. Found pixel nouns are the pixel nouns that have been found. They're more defined, they're less abstract. And part of the new collection includes the ERC 721 pool manager. So every NFT that is minted, every NFT that gets transferred, membership in a Superfluid distribution pool, which in this case is streaming DGen. The Moxie Maxis, it's streaming a streaming version of Moxie. And so let me just pop over here. So this is live and announced earlier this week that the holders of the found pixel nouns are receiving the streams. And there's sort of an animated image here of the stream. And so a total of 420 DGen per day, DGen X, is being streamed to that pool and to the owners. There are now 75 of them. And if I could go, things get in my way here. Not there. Okay, here's the pool. As you can see, we have 76 units, 11 connected units, and you can see the streams here, including 4 hours ago. So essentially how this works is the ERC 721 pool manager, it's kind of an extension to the NFT standard. It hooks into to token transfers, including mints and burns. And it's a separate contract that acts as the admin of the Superfluid distribution pool. So it has the rights to add member units, which happens as the NFTs get transferred. There's also a feature for a human admin if there's a reason to execute a function on the contract that can adjust member units outside of the transfer hooks. So quick look in here at the key functions. One is the update member units function I just mentioned that the human manager can call if needed. And then the before token transfer hook that sort of does the checking of sender and receiver and adjust the member units as appropriate. So this is information about the pool. 76 have been minted so far. Now we're doing 1 to 2 mints a day. We just looked at the pool itself on Superfluid. I can do a quick, it's not easy for me to do a mint right now based on the way the mechanics are set up, but I can do a quick transfer to show. So here's mine. I found pixel noun number 2. I'm gonna send it to Kramer. And if I find my way back to here, so here's the pool. I think this should update. I guess this is maybe waiting for the subgraph. Sent. Sending. Oh, we're still sending. Oh, sent. Okay. This is on both the Moxie pool and the DGen X pool for the found pixel nouns are both on base, by the way. So Jerry should become a new member to the pool since Jerry did not hold perhaps this will take a few minutes to show up here. Okay, I can come back to this. So that is that pool. So new, which is very new. I've sort of casted these out on Farcaster earlier today. I've created these frames for both the Moxie Maxis pool and the Found Pixel Nouns pool. And these frames are sort of pool manager tools. So what you can do here is you can check your status in the pool, some of your stats. You can do a claim, which claims any tokens that are available to you. You can connect to the pool, which will update, which will claim the tokens, and your balance will then be updated in real time going forward based on your share of the pool. And you can convert. You can convert to the underlying token, so from DGenX to DGen. And so somewhere here, here's the announcement post that I did, and we can take quickly. This is the found announced pool. So I can check, single click. I'm not doing any wallet interactions there, you see, and then it tells me how much I've received so far, the flow rate, claimable, whether I'm connected or not, and I can do transactions right from the frame. I'm just going to do the simulations here, so you can see I'll receive 3.9 DGenX if I do this. Cancel it just for speed here. Connect. It's going to essentially do the same thing, but of course, when you connect to the pool, it enables your balance to update in real time going forward. And finally, I do have a DGenX balance here of 135, and this is one people will, a convenience method that people will like because people generally may prefer the underlying token. So I can hit a single button, and then I get, I'm sending the DGenX, I'm receiving the exact same amount of DGen, and that's, a transaction that I can do right here from the frame. And so same idea. Oh, this is the, jumping around here a little bit since I hit this tab by mistake. This is the Moxie Maxi leaderboard. These are the top 10 users who are in that pool and their scores. So it's a bit of a gamification, a way to incentivize communities to promote your frames or your mints and things like that. Here's the other one, which is the same kind of a thing. It's the Moxie Maxi's pool. And the frame does similar things and provides the stats for this. I'm not really in the top 10, but I do have a tiny share of that pool just for technical reasons. So you can do the same things here. You can convert your Moxie X to Moxie and things like that. Take a quick revisit here. Don't know why. There it is. Probably 4 minutes ago. Yeah, there's the change 4 minutes ago. I guess I just needed to sort there. So we can see that 0%, this is me. I now have a 0 units because I sent away my found pixel noun. The Kramer here, it now has 1.3%, 1 unit out of 76, and is now receiving the stream because I sent that pixel noun to Kramer. So that's how that works. And moving along. Impacts. The main goals here around sort of this round of the Frontier Guild for me is to sort of increase exposure to Superfluid among users in the Farcaster different communities, user education, getting people to expose to token streaming and how it works, and also to encourage other developers to build using Superfluid. So here's a few quick examples. Recently, sorry for the background noise. They're doing fire alarm testing in my building. Hopefully you can hear me. I might move through.
We hear fine, don't worry.
Okay, great. This is DGen Fans. He's one of the top developers on Farcaster, and here he's quite interested in what I posted, I think yesterday. And so he's already done some token streaming, but he's hopefully been inspired to do a little bit more. So hopefully I've been able to influence him a bit in that direction. Here are just a few influential users who are interested in these projects. Jacek, the founder of DGen, Wake, who's a top influencer on Farcaster in both DGen and the Moxie communities. Jason Goldberg, the founder of Airstack and Moxie, posting here about the Moxie Maxi's collection. So in summary, the goal here is to try to, use streaming rewards to build community. So I've shown how both of those were either, in one case we're incentivizing, in one case we're rewarding, but either way that sort of incentivizes community participation. And so the next steps are one of the original goals was to use the ERC 721 pool manager implementation for mission 2 of degen dogs, which is a collection related to Superfluid that I launched a few years ago. So hopefully the next step will be to, the mission 2 is going to be a little different, but it's going to involve token streaming in this fashion using the pool manager. I also see some opportunities for streaming rewards for other communities in the Farcaster ecosystem, so I'll explore that as well. Hopefully I didn't go through that too quickly, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Here's the pixel nouns, found pixel nouns on OpenSea, and the Moxie Maxies, and they're on in their base color glory are here. But let me know.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Really cool. Mark is one of the builders, like he can build something really quick and then go to market really quick and validate if there's traction or not. That's something very special about Mark. And Kugan has question about what's the point of bootstrapping? The point is bootstrapping existing communities to take streamings on top of them or within them. What's the objective here?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question. Stop the share.
Oh, yeah, first I should say there are 2 projects here actually.
Yeah, let me I can just ask it. Yeah, no, Mark, I'm just not familiar with the project. So I was curious, are you incorporating this on top of existing on top of like nouns and maxi, or is this something that holders are able to do with the collection themselves? And this is just from my own ignorance about the communities.
Sure. Like in the first case for the Moxie Maxies collection, the streaming component was launched at the same time as the collection, and it was done as a means of sort of gamifying the sharing and proliferation of the frames amongst other Farcaster users. So you would mint, and these were sponsored mints too, so it's really easy, right? You hit mint, you get your Moxie, you hit share, and then you post it to your feed, and then anyone who mints from that, you get points, and the points are relative to how influential those people are, and that becomes the share in the pool if you're in the top 10. I mean, everybody gets a score, but only the top 10 get membership in the pool. So every half an hour, I have a cron job that runs and says, okay, what's the leaderboard look like? And it adjusts this shares in the pool as needed, right? And so it's sort of a way to gamify and use streaming incentive rewards to sort of gamify that sharing and promoting it to their followers. Now with found pixel nouns, it's a longer story. The pixel nouns project is a derivative of nouns, which is a CC0 project. So it's separate from nouns, but it's based on some of the nouns artwork. That's been going for months without a streaming component. But all along, I had kind of planned this phase for it where some of those pixel nouns get elevated from layer 3 where they live to layer 2, which is base. And so one of the sort of the benefits of being a long-time pixel nouns, minter, 34,000 of them have been minted on degen chain. I've sponsored the gas for all of those. And so it's more of a reward for being a long-term member and sort of adding a unique value proposition to owning a found pixel noun. It's a more scarce collection. And so, perhaps people will see value in those. It's not a very large stream right now, but there's some things that it could be increased in future if by a number of ways, but essentially there's that value to mint or to participate now. There's a daily sort of raffle that happens now. I don't really have time to get into all the details, but every day if you mint on degen chain, you have a chance of getting one of these on base that would give you part of the stream. And so it's an incentive to continue daily participation in the Pixel Nouns community and whatnot. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Mark. And Yusuf has saying maybe remove the claim and connect, just leave the connect, so it's better like users than really.
Yeah, I mean, I was you know, I've been asking questions about these functions Superfluid for some time, and still yesterday as I worked on this, I was learning some things I didn't quite know. And when I'm looking at it now and I do those simulations, transaction simulations, it's like what I feel like I should do is actually remove the claim button, keep the connect button, but just call it claim.
Exactly. That's what we've been doing anyway.
Which is
through all of
confusing if you know the underlying function names and stuff. But
It doesn't matter for the difference, yeah.
from a user perspective, you know, that's kind of like why would you claim but not connect? So just connect but call it claim, because it just makes more sense to users. So I was thinking about, yeah, to do it that way. I think it from a user perspective it makes more sense. And you know, I've always had a bit of confusion and questions around these two functions with distribution pools. But from a user perspective, that's kind of the conclusion I kind of came to yesterday, but I hadn't really pulled the trigger on it. But I think it would work a little better for users.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. With the time quite short, so we're gonna move to the next project now, but really great progress, Mark. And we really like to see this kind of projects engage in different communities in Forecaster. Now, who's ready for the next one? Yeah, the data is sharing. Perfect. Stage is yours. If you're talking, we can't really hear you.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just presenting this on full screen. Sorry. Yes, hopefully you can see it now. I'll just keep this short because we have less time. But the project that we're building is called Super Boost. It's built on top of Super Boring, and it incentivizes users to DCA into any asset. So just for a quick primer, so this is what Super Boring looks like. It's that streaming DEX built on top of Superfluid, and it allows you to go from one asset to the other on a per second basis. So you can go from USDC to ETH or ETH to USDC or any of the other options that you can see over here. Going right into the architecture. So this is the earlier architecture that we had, where our incentive app was a super app that sat between the traders and the Torix, which is the Super Borings part. But what we have understood it from our previous conversations from Fran and other members of this guild as well, is that this is not really a good way to go about it. And we have had some issues as well. So what we have done is completely re-architected the protocol. And now we no longer sit between the trader and the Super Boring. In fact, we sit right outside them, and the user, they can interact with our front end. They can start a stream. So all of their assets are sent directly to the Super Boring without any of our intervention. But after they've started a stream, they can come to our app and they can register their stream for a particular reward. So this is similar to the LP mining, where you actually, let's say you deposit your assets, and after that, when you can stake those assets to gain extra rewards. So this is much similar to that. And it's also in terms of what Fran had recommended to us, as in, do not let this be the user gateway for Super Boring as well. So there are some actually architectural pros to this option. First of all, it is that this is truly permissionless. So the user does not actually need to start the stream from our app. They could have a pre-existing stream which they started directly from the Super Boring interface, but they can come to our app and then register their stream for that particular reward. Secondly, we do not need any buffer or back charging again. So if it had been a super app, we would have to have some buffer, because the user cannot start a stream to the super app and the super app can relay to, because the super apps cannot be changed. So now we don't need to maintain any buffer or any back charging as well. And last but not least, the users get their out tokens directly towards them instead of through our super app, and they can also get their boring token rewards. So if it had been a super app, the boring rewards are actually captured by the super app and not the user. And there are technically no ways to transfer these boring rewards. But in the new architecture, it's completely possible. For the rewards, we are using the streaming distribution. So the campaign creator puts the rewards into the pool, and then starts the starts a distribution to the pool. And anybody can come anytime, and they get the rewards based on their inflow rate and the time that they actually registered their rewards for. So if it had been a 1 week long campaign, and if the person joins their stream on the third day, they lose out on the rewards for the first 3 days, but they can now join the rewards for the last 4 days. And we want to build more incentive structures from this as well. So some of the ones that we have thought are competitive streams. So the one of them is like obvious. So like say the degen community wants their people to buy more degen, wants people to DCA into degen. So they come to our platform, they start a stream, they register for rewards, and they can get degen back from the community as well. But this is like sort of a discounted structure. But you can have competitive streams where you ask them to DCA in from another token. So you ask them to DCA from higher to ETH, but you reward them in degen. And in this case, you are reducing the price of some other token, but increasing your own. The second could be, let's say, to burn the tokens as well. So even though you're DCAing, some amount of tokens are actually burned so that the price actually appreciates in the long term. And maybe you can do NFT drops as well. So like people who are DCAing, they get an exclusive alpha NFT only for the people who are actually DCAing. And you can have some reward mechanism for that NFT as well. I think we can go for the demo now. Heisenberger, you can share your screen.
Yep. Hi, everyone. So let me share the screen here. Screen one. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Okay. So the demo is going to be a bit short because we ran into some RPC issues with MetaMask. But so essentially, when you log in, you would see the markets similar to on Super Boring, and you can select a DCA. You'll see some overview, right? The volume from Super Boring. We integrated the subgraph of Superfluid, so we actually pulled the data directly from Super Boring, from Superfluid. So all the streams and DCAs and everything. And so you would see the reward pool, right? How much is the pool? We would calculate the APR, which is not done dynamically right now, but you would see the APR, how much, essentially how much tokens you're getting. And so if you want a DCA, you can simply input the monthly flow rate. So let me do that. So first you have to approve. Okay, so now we're gonna start the stream. So this is the DCA stream. Let's see, do I have enough USDC? I do. Let's see. Okay, so confirm. Okay, yeah, sometimes, this is, we got a weird RPC error, where like sometimes the transaction fails. Let's see. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, we're getting some, 429 RPC error, but so yeah, we tested this, before even coming on the, on the demo. So like we started the stream, and so essentially after you start a stream, you go to the interface, and in your portfolio, you would see, you could delete or maybe update the flow. As you can see, I already received this much ETH from, this is directly from Super Boring, but you will also see some, information related to rewards. So how much rewards you received, what's that in dollar amount, APR, etc. And then you would have to actually go and register. So this is similar to when you want to, stake, right? So in this case, you're not staking anything, you're just connecting to the pool. And so you'll be able to see the rewards in real time. And so there's a couple of nuances when it comes to getting the rewards. And so for example, if you start a stream, and because we're permissionless, meaning that you can start a stream from Super Boring or from some other interface that integrates Super Boring, you can start a stream and you can come to our interface, and then you can register to receive the rewards. So now you're receiving the tokens, let's say degen token. And so what you can do is you can go to some other interface, let's say Super Boring again, and you can cancel the stream. So the problem there, quote unquote problem, is that, well, the rewards are still accruing, right? And so there's an incentive mechanism around that we're trying to come up as well with some more incentives. But effectively, there's a function that anyone can call that would update the outflows, right, of the rewards, and it would essentially, stop the stream for the users who try to abuse the system. And so one idea that we came up with is a deposit. So similar to, when you lend on Aave on Compound, you have a, liquidation fee. We can probably, have users deposit a small amount that acts as as a way to catch bad actors. So if you try to start a stream and then receive rewards and then cancel the stream, someone else can actually listen to the events and they can go, hell, well, this guy is receiving tokens for free, so let me call the liquidation on them. And so the deposit would be, taken out of their wallet and then would be distributed to the person who called the function, right, to liquidate the bad actor. So, that's what we're kind of working on. And so we're making progress on the brand. We called it Super Boost, right? You can boost your streams. We also working on palette. And so integrated, price feeds. So the fundamentals are getting set up, and we'll be ready for V1 within the next 2 weeks. And so we'll be able to kind of hand select a couple of pools and then allow people to actually, get the rewards for streaming into the pools.
Great. Yeah, thanks. Very cool. For Kugan, I think Youssef has give you a little bit context about what is Super Boring and what they are actually building an incentive program on top of Super Boring on our streaming decks. And any questions from Fran or Youssef?
Not much, but I think Kugan has a hard stop here for Lee's project. I guess he can check the stream later, but just wanted to thank Kugan for joining us here today. Very cool. Great questions, amazing insight, and yeah, I love Kugan's docs cook-off. So if anyone's interested in docs, this is where he's jumping next. Check out Mintlify. So.
Yeah, thanks all so much for thanks for inviting me, Youssef, and the Superfluid team. Super cool project, amazing work by all in the guild. So yeah, I'll look for the stream for the last project, and then I'll vote later. But thanks all for your time. Really, really appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you, Kugan. Thanks. Any other questions for Super Boost? All right. Nope.
Just want to say it's really cool. Very excited.
Yeah, thanks, Fran. Fran also has to go, but we are very happy you guys built a very first version of the incentive program for Super Boring. And I do like the part like you just go register. It's much simpler than open on your front end and then through a super app. So the architecture has been very well improved. And right now, I think it works much better. Maybe one question I do have from my side is more, you said you want to avoid users to open stream on Super Boring, register, and then cancel a stream. Maybe on your front end, yourself can also do kind of like a frequent check on subgraph events, etc. So if the user actually cancel the stream on Super Boring side, then maybe their registry will be revoked or will be challenged in certain way by your admin as well. So it will, of course, like help already monitor it a little bit on your side first, waiting for communities to join and then do like kind of a filter role on your behalf.
Yeah, completely agree with that. In fact, like the other lending protocols do have to provide their own SDK/APIs for people to actually know who the people are that are like going to be liquidated. So we in fact thought of the exact same idea that we can run a subgraph and we can have like this a dashboard of all the users who have their current stream and so the stream that they registered with and what is their current inflow. And either it's us as a protocol who can go and stop this rewards, or it's anybody else who can also go and just click on liquidate and they can get the deposit fee out of their account. So yeah, the subgraph thing is definitely something we're looking on, and we hope to provide it to other users for as well.
Yeah, thanks. And sorry, Lee, I think a few judges have stopped. We try to like move forward as fast as we can, but we'll share your presentation to them later because it's recorded and then they will judge based on your presentation here. Yeah, don't worry about that. Thanks. So now it's your turn.
All good. Thanks so much. All right, let me just share my screen and I'd love to get started. For those of you who don't know me, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Lee. On Farcaster, I'm Zenny.eth, and I'm creating Zenny Drop, which is Farcaster native airdrops for Alpha Friends and Moxie fan token creators. Alpha Friends is a SocialFi protocol built, or SocialFi product built on top of the Superfluid protocol. And Moxie is a different protocol that's quite popular among Farcaster right now. I think there's opportunities for cross-pollination, so I'm adding them both at the same time. But ZennyDrop is a way to make airdrops really, really easy for people who are on Farcaster, in particular for artists who are on Farcaster. Farcaster creators love airdropping NFTs to their supporters, but it's kind of a pain right now. You have to go into one of my tools for Moxie or to a third-party tool for Alpha Friends, get a CSV from somewhere, hope that the wallet addresses are correct, and just kind of click and pray as you copy and paste the wallet addresses into your minting tool of choice. ZennyDrop is making it easier. The first demo day, I chose the idea and presented what I would be doing. By the second demo day, I had talked to users and was learning Solidity, but had yet to have anything that users could interact with or play with other than the landing page. But demo day 3 here now. Since then, thanks to Yosef's clutch help, I have my first smart contracts deployed and verified on both a testnet and a mainnet. This is on Base, so thank you guys very much for your support there. There's also an initial web app with Next.js using Privy for auth, ThirdWeb, Airstack, Alchemy, and Alpha Friends APIs, a lot of different integrations. And basically the idea right now is that you can take NFTs that are already in your wallet. So we're not doing the initial minting process, but rather what comes after that. Again, this is in response to some advice, both from Yusuf and from Mark Carey that I got in previous demo days. So taking the NFTs that are already in your wallet, the ERC-721s and the 1155s, and dropping them to your subs, your subscribers, your Alpha Friend subscribers, or your Moxie fan token holders. And then eventually I want to be able to help these people who have received the NFTs to spread the word on Farcaster of what they've received. Right now, I feel like you get these airdrops and maybe you get a push notification on your mobile device that says you've received an airdrop, but that's where it ends. And so there's not much opportunity for the word to spread for these creators to get the traction that they'd like to. And so there's no loop for people to join Alpha Friends afterwards or something like that when they see that their friends are getting this art. So I'd like to complete the loop, and that's coming up next. I also released a teaser trailer and can show that in a moment in this cast. And yeah, you can see responses from the community. These are actually the top one, really RYL, is one of the original people that I learned about airdrops on Alpha Friends from. Very active. Burberry is a very active Alpha Friends creator. Trevor, another artist, and artists, all the way down. People who are really looking forward to being able to use this tool. And so released the teaser trailer, got a lot of great feedback from that. And actually, you can see this NFT down at the bottom. I actually airdropped this NFT to all of my Alpha Friend subscribers as part of the teaser trailer, and they received it. Fortunately, I had some people that came back and say, "Hey, I got it. It's really cool." So I was excited to see that. And as of yesterday, have ZennyDrop.com a very early alpha release, but something that works and something that is live. So I can hop over to that for a moment. And let's see, where are we? Yeah, so I have the teaser thread, but also the alpha launch thread. And the version is rough, but you take ZennyDrop. I'm about halfway through the process right now. So you'd sign in, connect your wallet and things like that. You can choose Alpha Friends and then fetch all of your subscribers and stakers, see how much they have staked, how much, if they're a subscriber or not. Sometimes people are both. And then you can filter by name and so on and so forth. So right now I believe I've selected myself as well as Mark Carey for a drop, and then go ahead and copy paste the NFT contract address that's in here. I'll select the NFTs. It's going to bring up an approval screen, and I'll go through that. Need to do something with this transaction looks suspicious error. I've been in contact with the Rainbow team about that. So it's going ahead and approve the NFTs, and then I can go ahead and click airdrop, and it will pop up again. And you can see that it says sent, and received. It's saying received because I'm sending one to myself. And so it would make sense that it goes sent and received. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this since I actually really like my Moxie Maxis and don't want to part with them. But yeah, this is the process as it is right now. Airdrops have been successful. This is live. It can be used by anyone who has an Alpha Friends account. And that's where I'm at right now. Along the way, I've also been to build up a little bit of marketing as well as to help keep myself going. I have a variety of build in public threads on Farcaster that I've been sharing. This is one where I was able to deploy and verify my first smart contracts. And there are a variety of others. So if you do want to follow along with the journey, you can follow me in Farcaster on zenny.eth. And so the final thing that I'd like to show today is just what's coming up next. So first, obviously, it needs a lot of polish. Right now, it's an alpha release. There's a big yellow box up top saying, hey, this is an alpha. It might break. It probably shouldn't, but it might. I want to put in some analytics. I don't have those in yet. Marketing for creators, the pre-written cast, the direct cast notifications, the shareable frames, making sure that loop is full. And then the Alpha Friends integration is something that I've talked with VJ about, as well as Yusuf and Yao about, which is just having a button inside of Alpha Friends where you can click the button and even without signing into Farcaster, go straight to a page where you can drop NFTs to your Alpha Friends subs or stakers. I think this should be relatively easy to do just by putting the Alpha Friends channel address in the params. And token drops is something I've had a lot of demand for. So once I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the NFT drops, I'd love to do token drops as well because people have been kind of pulling it out of me. And so I think there's demand for this as well. That's what I have today. It's been an amazing couple weeks. I'm a very new developer in the Web3 space. I joined Farcaster in April, and that was the beginning of my Web3. And just this last week, I deployed my first smart contracts and so on and so forth. So I'm really stoked to get to this point and grateful to be here with you guys and be developing with Superfluid. It's been an awesome experience and excited to ship a lot more.
Great. Thanks, Lee. And Yusuf is very happy. Maybe Yusuf, you can say something?
No, that's pretty cool. I know those moments is like when you deploy a smart contract, it's just kind of very exciting. And then you can like interact with it, and then you have something that's running like 24/7, and you don't have the hurdles of like trying to maintain the server or whatever. It's good, right? Like other people are doing it for you, just by paying a little bit of a fee. But I'm curious about what the users' feedback has been from the artists, because still, I'm not sure if they're used to like minting NFTs to their wallet. And even now, I think probably there's like more traction and like interest maybe in Moxie Fan token distribution. So I'm not sure like how many artists on Alpha Friends have tried this before, have tried this like now that you've launched it, but like curious to know what their feedback.
Yeah, TBD. I showed you some of the initial interest. Actually, I think all of those on there, maybe -1, were from active Alpha Friends users as opposed to active Moxie users. So there's actually a really active, comparatively, like a very small core section of artists that are on Alpha Friends that are really tight with myself and with other people. So I think they've been wanting this kind of tool. And if Alpha Friends does start to boom again, I think this was something that was in high demand before. As far as like initial experiences with the product and stuff like that, I think a lot of it is TBD. I need some more analytics, and I need to reach out and talk with people as well, since it just launched.
But no
yesterday.
transactions on chain have been registered that you.
I need to double check. I actually haven't looked. Embarrassingly.
That's a good thing about also deploying a smart contract. They don't need to
exactly.
For it,
I'm
right?
thinking analytics and all of the transactions are on chain.
If they got to that,
yeah.
If they
got to that point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first tool like Alpha Friends users can use, and obviously Moxie Fan token holders can use to drop NFTs to their users. So there will be people who's testing and then give you feedback later. And it's always a good journey for builders to start, building new stuff you never know before and then get it done. So in any way, it's a very good user journey for you also as well. And I think judges will see in the recording later, the alpha version, we can share the link to them also, and maybe they can give you a little bit feedback async later. But up to now,
Absolutely.
we're very happy about what you have already done, and could be quite useful. And like you say, it doesn't need to wait for Alpha Friends to boom. It can actually help Alpha Friends to boom also. So because you requires, if you get the the marketing working for the cast to work directly, probably users will pay more attention also to Alpha Friends if you're one of the subscribers. So yeah, quite excited to see a later stage, and then we can help you share it with it, and then gather user feedback later.
Absolutely. Thank you. And yeah, one of the reasons for Moxie integration as well is that I have a very popular Moxie tool that people are using every day and can add a link to it myself. And so when people sign on, they see Moxie, they see Alpha Friends, and they're right next to each other. And it's just one more click to do the other one. So
great. Yeah. And also, yeah, we're talking already. I mean, VJ is aware, so we want it to be integrated to Alpha Friends as a community tool right now, and hope it's gonna get traction also and get real user feedback from Alpha Friends directly to you. Great.
absolutely. Thank you.
Any other questions? Nope. Okay. Then we can stop here. I should say I'm very happy about everybody's progress so far. Like everyone's project is very close to production ready. Most of the project, the first time they build on top of Superfluid, like Lee and like Daivita and Heisenberger. So right now it's a very good journey. Let's keep it up. And I will send a poll to our group chat to ask about the next demo day dates. Yeah, it will be maybe during our hacker house dates, or maybe 1 week, a few days before. So I want to know the preference of everyone, which date will be the best, either the 31st of October, if you can do it, or between when we are in DevCon, maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday. So up to you. And for the marketing side, let's discuss during next office hours. I think for Astro Block, if you already want to start marketing it, you can do it already. We can give a boost. Or if you want to wait once your frame is totally registered, we can give it a boost also once it's registered as an official pop-up app. But we will have a discussion with all the teams, I think, in the next office hours. But you can start marketing already. I think Zenny does a very good job about marketing the progress, and then make the community know that the tool is available. Cool. Then
Perfect.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, everyone. Yusef, you want to say last words?
No, it's all good. Just want to say thank you and see you soon.
Yeah, see you guys. See you soon.